February 1959, Ural Mountains, Soviet Union. 9 hikers set out on a journey and never returned. Their names are remembered in history: Igor Dyatlov, Zinaida Kolmogorova, Lyudmila Dubinina, Rustem Slobodin, Yuri Krivonishenko, Yuri Doroshenko, Nikolai Thibaut Brignol, Alexander Kolovatov, and Semyon Zolotaryov. These 9 climbers were excitedly beginning their climb up Dyatlov, but Dyatlov had no idea that this would be their tragic end. 1 like 10 times, 1 subscription 100 times. Make stronger us. Waiting your support. Igor Dyatlov, 23, the group's leader, brilliant engineering student. Let's listen to his lines. Hello everyone. Today 26, we leave on the route. We arrived well. On February 12th to 15th, I will visit Sverdlovsk. I probably will not go home, so let Rufa bring linen to our room for a trip to Penza. From there, I will return on March 5th to 7th. Greetings, Igor. Lyudmila Alexandrovna Dubinina, Lyuda, 20, strong-willed, passionate about hiking. Yuri Doroshenko, 21, resilient, known for surviving extreme cold. Alexander Kolovatov, 25, quiet, analytical, a thinker. Zinaida Kolmogorova, 22, known for her cheerful spirit. Yuri Krivonishenko, 24, joker of the group, always singing. Rustem Slobodin, 23, athlete, dedicated to endurance. Nikolai Thibaut Brignol, 23, geology student, curious and adventurous. Semyon Zolotaryov, 38, the oldest, a veteran, and a mysterious last-minute addition. The group was no band of amateurs. Each of them had completed multiple treks in Siberia's unforgiving winters. Their diaries are filled with laughter and optimism, jokes about the freezing wind, playful teasing, songs shared by firelight. On January 31st, they carefully built a storage cache in the valley, leaving food and supplies for the return trip. It was routine, methodical, a sign of their experience. The very next day, February 1st, they climbed the slope of Kolatsyakhl. Locals called it the Mountain of the Dead, a name rooted in indigenous Mansi folklore, where 9 hunters once perished on its slopes. Yet the hikers were young, confident, and determined. As night fell, they set up their final camp, not knowing it would be their last. When the hikers failed to return, families demanded answers. At first, officials hesitated, but eventually, students, fellow mountaineers, and soldiers were sent into the Ural Mountains. The search parties fought freezing winds, temperatures below -30 degrees Celsius, and snow that could swallow a man whole. They scanned ridges and valleys, shouting the hikers' names into the silence. Weeks passed with no sign of the group, only endless snow and despair. Finally, on February 26th, they found it, the tent, half buried, collapsed, and strangely cut open from the inside. After the tent was found, searchers followed a strange trail leading down toward the forest. On February 27th, they made a grim discovery under a cedar tree. 2 hikers, Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko, lay half-naked in the snow. Their bodies were stripped to underwear, their hands and feet burned. Investigators believed they had tried desperately to climb the cedar tree, tearing branches to build a fire. A faint campfire still remained near them, surrounded by snapped branches. In the days that followed, more bodies were uncovered along the slope. Igor Dyatlov, the group's leader, lay face up, frozen in the snow, only a few hundred meters from the tent. Rustem Slobodin was found with a fractured skull, his body positioned as though crawling uphill, still fighting to return. Zinaida Kolmogorova lay farther up, arms outstretched toward the tent, as if she had collapsed mid-struggle in the freezing dark. Still, 4 hikers were missing. For 2 months, the mountain gave no further answers. Only in May, when the snow began to melt, searchers uncovered the ravine, and with it, the final 4 victims. The scene shocked investigators. Lyudmila Dubinina's eyes were gone. Her tongue was missing. Nikolai Thibault-Brignol had a crushed skull. Alexander Kolevatov's neck was twisted unnaturally, and Semyon Zolotaryov's ribs were shattered, his chest collapsed, his eyes also missing. The autopsy reports were chilling. Massive internal injuries comparable to a car crash, yet with no external wounds. Even stranger, when their clothes were tested, traces of radiation were found. 9 young lives, taken in ways that defied all explanation. The autopsies deepened the mystery. Rustem Slobodin's skull showed a fracture, yet there was no sign of external trauma, as if the force had struck from within. Zenaida Kolmogorova bore bruises and frostbite, but nothing to explain why she collapsed only meters from safety. Then came the ravine victims. Lyudmila Dubinina's eyes were missing. Her tongue had been cut out. The report noted, the wound was not caused by animals alone. Nikolai Thibault-Brignol's skull was shattered, an impact likened to a speeding car crash. Alexander Kolevatov's neck bore unnatural twisting, and Semyon Zolotaryov's chest was crushed, ribs broken, lungs collapsed, yet without external wounds. Even more disturbing, tests revealed traces of radiation on several of their clothes. The source was never identified. The official conclusion? Death by hypothermia. But the autopsy details tell a darker story. When the tragedy reached the press, Soviet newspapers wrote only, "A group of hikers perished in the mountains." No mention of missing eyes, crushed bones, or radiation. Villagers whispered of glowing lights in the night sky. Even rescuers reported fireballs drifting above the mountains. But the official line was simple. An accident. The case was classified. Testimonies silenced. The truth buried under snow. And silence. Since 1959, many theories have attempted to explain what truly happened. Natural forces, avalanche or snow slab. A small slide may have triggered panic, but the slope was too gentle, and the tent remained intact. The footprints show calm descent, not a frantic escape. Katabatic winds and infrasound. Powerful hidden gravity-driven winds may have caused the panic. Scientists propose these induced invisible vibrations, infrasound, that triggered terror even before physical harm. Atmospheric and environmental anomalies, ball lightning, mysterious glowing orbs, and electrical phenomenon reported by locals, potentially forcing the hikers to flee without warning. Gravity fluctuations. One physicist suggests a local distortion in gravity ejected the hikers from the tent, causing internal injuries with no visible wounds. Wildlife and accidents. Reindeer strike. A 200-kilogram animal could have crashed into the tent, explaining rips and injuries. Wolverine encounter. Local reports mention scratches and damaged cameras. Some think a vicious animal attack caused chaos. Stove malfunction or methanol poisoning. Others believe tent fire or poisoning led to disorientation, but these fail to account for the organized escape and harsh injuries. Supernatural and obscure. Arctic hysteria, Pyblock talk. A disorientation condition observed in indigenous peoples that causes irrational behavior and hallucinations, but never in outsiders. UFO or time vortex. Some claim glowing lights were more than atmospheric. Others spin tales of time breaches and alternate dimensions. Criminal hypotheses, military tests or secret launches. Classified activities in the area plus radiation on clothing, raise suspicion of missile testing gone wrong. Deliberate cover-up, KGB involvement. Some theorize the group witnessed a secret operation and was eliminated stealthily. No external wounds match such a setup. None of these theories explain everything. Torn tent, barefoot escape, internal injuries without wounds, radiation. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains hauntingly unresolved. 9 young lives, friends, students, dreamers, frozen forever on the slopes of Kholat Syakhl. Despite decades of investigations, countless theories, and reopened case files, no one truly knows what happened that night. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most haunting mysteries in human history.